Yes, people, welcome back to the first 11. We're going to be talking the United transfer news. Devil in the details. Danny is here, but I think he's just going to get a drink or something. First thing I want to talk about is Donny van der Beek. Where does he fit in at Man United? How can we get him in? And the rumours about Van der Beek involved in a swap deal plus cash for Haaland. Now, do we think that's true? Do we think that's going to happen? I'm not too sure about that. I really don't know. A few more transfer rumours. Cavani wanting to go back. I was looking actually at Cavani's wages. So the players that we could actually move out, the players we should be moving out. Twanzebe, Cavani, Jones, Lingard, Pereira. These guys are on silly money, like really silly money. You've got Cavani's on 210 grand a week. 210 grand, which is just, I think, silly money. We may have got him on a free, but that's just silly money. Who else is there? Twanzebe, 50 grand a week. You've got Phil Jones on 75 grand a week. Pereira, 30 grand a week. We can move these players on. We can move these players on, and the wage structure, we can sort that out and bring players in. Let's get into a few comments. Comrade, I like Haaland, but we should not spend all the money on him. We need a CDM, centre-back and right winger. Listen, I don't think we should blow the transfer budget on one position at all. I don't think that should be happening. Big up to Rachel in the comments. Sharik. Brownie with the Indians comment. Cool. Cavani, Van der Beek, a good player, but needs to have a good run of games. He does need to have a good run of games, but there's the best I've seen of Donny van der Beek, I think, was actually in Danny's back. The best I've seen of Donny van der Beek was when he played with Juan Mata, Bruno Fernandes, that Marcus Rashford, that Bruno goal. That was an incredible goal. That shows how it should be. What's Brownie saying? Check out my Twitter today, as Real will be getting Haaland. Everyone's in for him, man. Believe me, when everybody wants him, everybody wants him. He's one of those players that nobody would say no to.
Terry. Do you know what this is, though? So, if Dortmund don't qualify for the Champions League, then he's likely to leave. But don't get it twisted. Raiola realizes he made an error inserting that £65 million release clause in his contract.
Yeah.
Not because it hinders his client moving, because it means less percentage for him. It's less money for him.
That's very true.
That's why he wants the auction now. Now, don't get it twisted. I mean, he joined Dortmund in January, so why stay? If the idea is stay for 2 years and move on, another 6 months ain't going to benefit him. He's already ready to go to a top football club. But that's a lot of money. A lot of money. I think he's worth every penny, but I'm just annoyed we can't. I'm just annoyed we're not in the market for this generational talent. And we had a shot at him 18
Danny,
months
this
ago.
is part. But this is part of it as well. It's like when you look at the players and the wages they're on, like £23 million a year. That's not even including Rojo and.
This is the thing that, and I'm glad you brought this up. This is something I forgot about. When you're talking about a rebuild, this is part of the process, right? You have to move players on. Yes, we're Manchester United and we're rich, but Woodward doesn't sanction moves in certain positions if there are too many bodies there. Can you hear that?
Yeah. What is that?
Bloody birds up my chimney.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was your son with a toy or something.
No. Birds up my chimney. Got a nest up there. What was I saying? So, Woodward, if you've got too many bodies in one position, Woodward won't sanction deals. If Matt Judge makes a mistake, so if you can't tell, we clearly planned to blow 80 million cash on Maguire. That's why we sanctioned a £12 million deal for a nobody called Dan James. It's because of the way So these are the different things that just frustrate me. I'm like, I want to be positive going into this window, thinking we can just at least strengthen our first 11, get a centre back, a
Yeah.
right winger, a striker. But then I'm like, but if we don't move on Mata because we try to maintain his value in the market.
Do you know what he's on a week?
150 plus.
160 grand he's on.
Yeah.
160 grand.
I knew it was in that range. We're getting no transfer fee for Romero. Phil Jones is still a Man United player. I swear to God, if Matic gets extended, I can't deal with this nonsense.
It's not happened yet. Let's just wait that one out. I want this. We should not sell Twanzebe. Why?
Send them on loan.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with English clubs, or at least Man United. When it gets to a point where, look, we can't carry passengers, the balance of our team is so delicate that it just got to a point where if this was Barcelona or Real Madrid, his age wouldn't matter. They just be like, how long you got left? You got 4 years on your contract. All right, we'll send you on loan for a season or two. And work it out later. In the meantime, let's go get this Milinkovic guy for 30 mil from Fiorentina.
Yeah.
You know, or let's go get a Koundé who's got a release clause, or let's see if we can get a Varane.
There's a comment here for you as well, Danny. I saw on Twitter you said we need a striker, right winger, and centre back. My question is, was the CDM you're happy with Fred and McTominay? Sorry.
No, so at the start of the season, I made it clear. This what's the opposite of a dynamic duo? This duo of Fred and McTominay. I don't know what the opposite is, but I said at the start of the season, I don't ever want to see them start together again because they were upset with the partnership moving forward next season. The reason why I don't mention central midfield is because Woodward has proven he can barely get more than 2 main targets in a summer. Yeah. So
it's true.
Considering the fact Solskjaer has targeted a winger every single window, considering the fact the centre back has been targeted every single window, and we've gone backwards defensively because you can't cover up for that partnership, and the fact we don't have a DM and we've been more expansive on the ball this season than last season. It's when I say these things, it's more me thinking, if Woodward does the best he can do, maybe we get 2 of these 3 things. I don't expect us to address central midfield while Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the manager, unless Pogba and Matic leave. If those 2 leave, then I'll start thinking, okay, we'll make some moves there, because I know we like Declan Rice. Beyond him, I don't know. Apparently, we like this boy Samore. We like Camavinga. All types.
We like it. We like everyone. That's the problem, Danny.
That's the problem exactly. We're monitoring. We're always in monitor mode at Manchester United, Indiana. So until there's movement there, I'm not talking about CM because there's no point. Like, we're going to sign a centre back. It may not be the centre back I want, but I'm pretty confident we're going to sign a centre back. If we don't get a striker, I'm pretty confident we'll get a right winger. Might not be Jadon Sancho. Might be a Neto, a Leon Bailey, a Pedro Gonçalves. It might be one of those guys.
Well, I don't think we should be going for a Sancho anyway, Danny. We shouldn't be doing that anyway. Blow the budget on one player.
That's fine, but I can see the balance. I can see what we're addressing. Look, if you noticed, Indiana, the club blatantly briefed the Manchester Evening News and people from the Athletic. It's 2 big signings, and then after that, we have to see what happens based on who we can sell.
Yeah.
Then lo and behold, all the people on Twitter, actually, no, United are looking at this. No, as far as I'm concerned, that original briefing is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just what's happened since then is the outlets like AS today with our succulent offer for Llorente. Manchester United makes the world go round when it comes to transfer news. So
it's true, yeah.
That briefing, it's just people setting up narratives to make money off Man United's name.
As
far as I'm concerned, Indiana, that original briefing, it's 2 big targets. I'm going to ask you, what would you bank on? Knowing Woodward, knowing what we need, if you're reading the teams... No, we're not bank on, but we are going to make signings. We know that, right?
Yeah.
So if it's 2 premium targets, quotation marks,
what
would you expect them to be? Not what you want, just based on what's out there in the market, the incompetence, the amount of money we allegedly have, and what we have in the squad and what we have to balance now. I know it's a lot of different Like, if we extend Cavani and Martial doesn't get sold,
Yeah.
why would
We're
you
not
see
getting a
Woodward
forward.
sanction? Yeah, do you know what I mean?
We're not getting a forward. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I can see a centre back coming in. I can see like a Trippier on loan, that type of thing. I'll be honest with you, because of the noise that's been coming out of Man United, I can't see more than one target, more than one big target. I think that's where we are. Yeah, just one. Let's get into a few of these comments. Paying 6 figures for Phil Jones to sit on his ass. Whose fault is that? Outers already have you think it was Ollie. Yeah, anything to suit the agenda, man. What about selling Eric Bright? Yeah, sell him, man. He's never fit. I'm sorry. Like I've got no issue with that at all.
I'm going to offer him a new contract so they can sell him a year from now. But we need to sell him now to ensure we get a centre back.
That's right. Yeah.
And how about you leverage him? How about you say to Real Madrid, take Bailly for nothing and we'll give you 50, 60 mil for Varane?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or just sell him for 20 million. Just accept the fact that you're not going to get the 35, 40, 50 mil for what his ceiling says he is. It's not going to happen. You need to move forward. Forget about the money you've already lost and think about the money we can make if we have a good team.
Yes.
Cut your losses. Just cut your losses. Get rid of Bailly. I'd sell Lindelof. I'd sell half these. You know me, Indiana. I've got no loyalty to any of these players. I will sell half of them so quickly.
Yeah. No.
Quickly. I do not care. I've got no favourites there.
I'm with you. Listen,
sell
people.
Bailly, sell Lindelof. Sell Martial. Sell Fred. Sell McTominay. Release Matic. Release Mata. Sell Van de Beek. And actually... Romero, and actually just bring in a team that reflects what Ollie wants. Just let him rebuild,
Damian.
do what he can do.
Dallo, sorry. There's a lot of players. There's a lot of players.
What you were saying before, I think I was, because I could hear you. I don't know if I was sitting here when I heard you or not. I might have been in the other room. You was talking about the combination play of Van de Beek and Mata.
Yeah.
You know
what I want to ask you, actually. I do want to ask you this, though. Before that, people, please smash the like, do that, subscribe to the channel, and Danny's, make sure you do that. Where do you see Van de Beek? Like, what's going to solve this Van de Beek problem? What's the solution here?
There's too many moving
parts. Is it to sell him on? Is it to move him on?
We got Van de Beek because Van der Sar did us a solid. And we just needed to bring a player in. Ollie said yes because he wanted an extra body. God forbid if Bruno got injured this season. I don't. What do you do? We don't play with. If we played, like, there's 9 games left in the Premier League season, right? Or is it 10? So 9 games left in the Premier League season, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and final. 5 games left in the Europa League. So we have 14 games left to what season? That's it. 14 matches. What's Van de Beek supposed to do in that time? Maybe have an impact in the Europa League, but Ollie has to get it right and play Paul Pogba. I'd sell him, Indiana.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. If he's not gonna fit, we're not going to buy the players to make him fit.
He said this isn't FIFA career mode. Do you know who sells players this quickly when they need to get rid? Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona. See what Barcelona did this summer? Suarez, buy.
Yeah.
Arthur, buy.
Yeah.
Semedo, buy.
What? Yeah.
And two of the players, Indiana, they're just contracting. Mata and Matic, that's just not extending their contracts. That's 300 grand a week you can get rid of just by saying, we're not extending the option. See you later.
Yeah.
That's
I agree.
Listen,
I agree with you. The way we go about sort of adding, extending contracts and things is madness. Like, the club's too big to be doing that. It's not like we don't have money. Move them on. This is why everyone says to me they're smart business people. You can't be that smart if your target is to get top 4 for Champions League money. Yet you can't build a business to keep yourself in the top 4. It's madness.
See, these guys are pretty smart but pound stupid. That's their problem. That's their problem.
Yes.
They can bring the money in, but when it comes to how to spend it in regards to football operations, Woodward's clueless. I've been saying this to people from day one. If there were people in the media constantly reminding the Glazers that Woodward is bad with their money,
Yeah.
and that they'd actually get more money from their dividends that they pay out to themselves, if he actually managed football finances better. You've wasted money on Phil Jones. You've wasted money on Marcus Rojo. You've wasted money. You've lost money on Sergio Romero. Spoke about this with KJ earlier.
We must be throwing out about 25 mil in wages.
I reckon
maybe more.
Woodward's mismanagement has probably cost him 200 million in wages since he's been around. Honestly,
yeah, I'd like to.
Because
I'd
our
like
wage
to
bill,
try
we
and
don't
work that out.
negotiate deals very well, and this is why it's crazy. Because when it comes to Bruno Fernandes, we got him on a good wage and a good contract. But anything to do with a Premier League football club or a player of a certain profile in the Premier League, we get screwed over. I think Wan-Bissaka makes more than Bruno Fernandes.
See this, Danny. This is what I'm saying. This is why we have a technical director and a director of football now. It's not to make the football club better. It's because they can't keep throwing money away.
No, but those guys
that's
aren't
why
there
they've
for the
done
money.
it.
Matt
No,
Judge
I
is
know
still in
that, Danny.
charge.
But what I'm saying is they've done it for the wrong. They haven't done it for the right reasons. They're not in those positions for the right reasons, in my opinion. It's because they can't just keep throwing money away. That's why they've done it. They're like, they bow down to it. Okay, maybe this is the only way to go. That's how it feels to me. That's how it feels. Let's get into some.
Like all things being equal, to be fair to the Glazers again, unless you've been reading articles about what we've been doing with our recruitment and behind the scenes, this John Murtough appointment seems random, but he's been at the football club for a minute. He's been overhauling our scouting department with data analytics for a while. I read articles about this up to like 2 years ago. I heard people talking about Liverpool's analytics department being amazing and Man United being behind the curve. So when I see this appointment, because I have that information, that's why it doesn't seem strange to me. By the way, Manchester City just appointed 2 astrophysicists from NASA to their data analytics team. I keep telling people this is a weird field. Scientists and physicists. This ain't your regular normal scouts, video, watch a player, go get him. Football's moving on from that. So John Murtough, I don't have a problem with. Again, it's all about the structure. And it's about being pound smart. As I keep bringing up, Jota's transfer to Liverpool, they put down £5 million for a £45 million deal. If that was us, we'd pay 30 mil up front. That's our problem. That is the problem with this club. But back to Van der Beek, because I lost it before. Just cut your losses quick. Don't make the same mistake again. Don't just.
Do you think this is true though?
Go on.
Do you think this is true that he Hamad says, I'm sorry to say as well, Van der Beek is Pogba replacement bought a year early to settle in and adjust.
This is the thing.
Do you think that happened? Do you think that was part of it or not?
I think, again, that's a good point. I think it's true, but that's not the only reason. It's not the only reason. That's the problem with Man United Football Club. It's like, again, there are people who are angry that Oli hasn't built around Pogba, but you can't build around a player who doesn't commit to your football club. That's stupid. Hoping he stays. That's really, really dumb. That's like building your whole life around a woman who might leave you in 3 months. Why would you do that? So yes, I think that was part of it, but also part of it was, hey, we're going to get Jadon Sancho for a whole season. Yeah, for the whole summer. Yeah, we're going to get him. Oh, by the way, Ollie, we've got Van der Beek. Van der Sar's going to do us a solid, blah, 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 behind the scenes, machine working. We can wrap that up. We wrapped it up in a weekend, people. We wrapped up Donny Van der Beek from Friday to Sunday. It was done. So, yes, Pogba, but partly just so we can get a body in, just so we can, see the little stock price fluctuate in New York City. There's so many facets. No one even considers how Man United's run according to our stock price, as if that's a new factor we don't even think about. It's a factor we don't even think about. So I think there are numerous reasons why we signed Van der Beek. But if Pogba stays, what the fuck do you do then? What the fuck do you do? Nobody can show me, because you know what it is, Indiana? Everybody keeps giving me fantasy football ideas, how the formations United should play, blah, blah, blah. And I always challenge people. Show me a team that won with any formation you like. Diamond, 3-4-3, 4-2-3-1. Go and find me a team that won a Champions League, Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A, or Premier League with those formations. Correctly and fairly identify the player profiles, and then go and tell me what the hell Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is supposed to do with Van der Beek, Pogba, and Bruno Fernandes. How'd you get that?
It's true. I don't know. I said it was a weird one. I wasn't excited about it at all when the signing was made. I was like, why? This is weird. When a new player comes in, you're supposed to be excited by it, right? I didn't feel anything when it came in. I was like, maybe it was because I thought, oh, this is the player we're getting instead of Sancho, but I just wasn't excited about it because I've watched him quite a bit. Let's be honest, he's not really starting for Holland. I don't know where this idea that he's the next Zidane's come from, because like,
nah, you know how people are.
It's-
Listen, what I would say is he's one of those players that's good in his era. He's not a generational talent, but I had the same feeling that you had because I'm like, our bench is stronger. Great.
yeah,
Great. That's not what we wanted, is it? That's not what we needed. At the start of the summer, every single Manchester United fan, Ollie in, Ollie out, doesn't matter. Striker, right winger, centre back.
yeah,
Everybody, window was garbage. I gave our window a 6 out of 10, and people thought I was bugging. People thought I was being nice. I was like, no, it's a 6 out of 10 window because Cavani's got value in him. Van der Beek's a good player. So I can't say it's a 3 out of 10 window like some people. And it's Ollie Outers that said the window was 3 out of 10. But then Ollie's doing a bad job in second place and might win the Euro. Anyway, so yeah, it's just I don't know what that's the problem. We don't know where we're heading, and it's not because of the manager. Some people would have you believe it's because how do you navigate these bloody owners and this board when it comes to being able to get the transfers that you need?
that's the thing with me. Another thing for me with Ollie is I feel like he's more capable of navigating them, and the reason for that is because he hasn't got that arrogance about him. I don't think that a Mourinho at LVG. You know, these managers who have certain expectations, certain levels.
Ego.
Yeah, maybe. Rio Ferdinand's just
Mourinho
tweeted,
couldn't
actually.
wait to tell you this is my greatest achievement. Not winning
Yeah,
the
that's
Champions
right.
League.
No, you're right.
Finishing second place is my greatest achievement. So you guys know this Woodward and these Glazers are hell to deal with. You've got no idea. No idea.
Rio Ferdinand's literally just tweeted like 40 seconds ago about Van der Beek. He says, I feel for him. I don't care who you are. If you're playing the odd 2 minutes here and there, 3 minutes here and there, you cannot perform. I don't care what level of player you are. Thoughts?
My thoughts is I'm going to find that real tweet. I'm going to quote tweet it. I'm going to say, people are, just to remind everybody, he just came back from injury. Like, we're acting as if it's 6 weeks ago when he was fit and not playing, then he's got a run of games and hasn't performed. It's like, don't get twisted. Like, I think his window's gone for this season.
It's true.
But at the same time, man was injured at the wrong time. Like, bad luck. That's what I feel even more sorry for him for. Like, Pogba gets injured. We have a ridiculous fixture list. McTominay had a brief injury period, and Fred and Matic were out of form. He would have got games.
Yep.
He would have got games, but he weren't fit. Then he comes back for one game, doesn't perform, and now everyone's talking about him.
Big up
if
Bob's
he's
in the
had
chat.
3-4 games. Oh, how's he supposed to play well if he just came back from injury? At this point, it's not even about Ollie not giving him games. He just came back from injury.
Sharik's right here, though. We only address the bench, not the first 11, and that's what we want to see. This isn't a Chelsea where they're putting the final piece in or a backup player. Do you know what I mean? We haven't got a first 11. We're like
Chelsea,
7 players away. We are. I'm
Chelsea,
sorry.
in one window, got a false 9, a forward, and a winger, including
and a centre back and a
left back
and a goalkeeper.
and a goalkeeper.
That's 6 players.
Yep. Keep telling me
That's
Ollie's
6
the problem.
players. That's what.
And they're gonna go again this summer. And there will be Ollie outers that tell you, look at what Tuchel's doing. You see, and look how long he's been there. Yeah, look at the recruitment.
Listen, people, smash a like on the stream, please. Subscribe if you're new. Get in the description. Danny's in there as well. You can follow him and go and subscribe to his channel. You'll be surprised, actually. Abdi, you'll love it. my guy Abdi, always supporting. But he's but the biggest Ollie out I've ever met.
Abdi,
Yeah.
behave yourself, Abdi.
Listen, Abdi, please go to Devil and Details. Go and check out
It's
Fred
not just
and
that,
McTominay
Abdi.
and
It's
stuff.
like Pogba's still here, man. Can't get rid of Pogba. He's still here. He can't get rid of himself. Pogba can't sell himself out of the football club. But you're telling me he's going to leave
What's
because
your-
of Ollie? Like, come on, what's it got to do with Ollie? Nothing. Rashford ain't going nowhere. I can't.
Slens, big up Slens.
Our,
Who are for United?
I watched him in a Champions League campaign last year. He impressed me because I saw a level of concentration and decision making that was pretty impressive because of the way that Leon played. Basically, every time he got the ball, he had to either create an angle for a pass that wasn't there for him, and he usually had 1 to 2 options, and more often than not, the ball went where it was supposed to go. So I was impressed by that. But I don't think he's played European football this year, and I don't rate that league he's in. And I haven't watched him this season, so that's all I can say. He was quoted at 60 million for Arsenal. They paid 50 for Partey. If our board had the same ambition as our fans, imagine where we could be. Yeah, I got a confession. Last night I went to bed dreaming about me buying Man United and what I would do.
You're in way too deep. You're in way. You need to take a break.
That's what I went to bed thinking about last night. What I would do if I bought Manchester United. And yeah, my team I built obviously was sick. Come on.
What have we got here? Pogba's 1 year left on his contract, and Bruno doesn't want to sign an extension.
Well, Abdi, when Bruno signs the extension, come talk to me then.
Yeah, it's normal for agents to put these things out, try and get a better deal. It's normal. It's not just like
Bruno wants assurances on signings.
Yeah.
And you know what they'll do, Abdi? They'll give him those assurances and they'll sign.
Yeah.
And then it will be Bruno's angry because he was lied to. Oh God!
I actually believe Ollie is the right guy for us now. He's trying to stabilise our club. He may or not win us a league. Our recruitment and player sale needs to be better. We need to be smart. We do, but we're not. That's the problem. That is the problem. I do think.
I'd say about that, it does frustrate me that people think that under a manager that they like, we'd get there in 3 years.
Yeah.
We won't.
No, we won't. No, I agree with you.
It's going to take at least 2 managers to get us where we want to be, at least. And the recruitment has to have we need a consistent period of recruitment for it to happen.
Jeremy's been dreaming as well about buying Man United, I think.
I didn't have to do these dreams back in, between 05 and 08. Great time.
Yeah, you were dreaming of playing then. I was dreaming of playing. I'll be like, yes, I could play next to Tevez or someone. I was loving it. Do you guys think Ollie?
Myself in Football Manager. That's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. Do you guys think Ollie will ever adapt the 2-8s along with a rigid DM if United purchase one? The 2-8s could be Bruno and Pogba. What are your thoughts actually on Bruno dropping deeper? Because we know he does it for Portugal. He done it for his last club.
In the Premier League, nope. He's too ill-disciplined, too rash. No.
Abdi says he's not signing it.
I used to think he could be an 8, but the more you study him, like basically, I remember there was one time actually, there was a throw-in, and the coaches had to tell Bruno to position himself behind the ball. That's how. If you don't understand the game in a particular way, you need to understand how ridiculous that is. To tell a professional football player, like, get your position behind the ball from a throw-in, because he wasn't concentrating. I don't know what he was thinking about. The 2-8s thing. Who put that comment back up about the 2-8s?
Slens.
If you can see it.
This one?
Do you guys think whatever to along with it? Okay, I get what you mean now. Sorry, I thought you meant 4-2-3-1-2-8. I don't know. I don't think Ollie will be. I don't think Ollie can restructure the midfield unless Pogba and Matic go. So, because let's say we get Declan Rice, right? And Ollie does what we think he should do. Rigid DM with two
Yeah.
eights in front, Bruno on Pogba. That is the dream, by the way. That is Slems. That is the dream. I've been dreaming about.
Yeah.
I've given up on the stream. Declan Rice gets injured. Declan Rice gets injured. Then what?
Yeah, it's true. No, this is what I'm saying to people. People are like, oh no, we only need a DM and a right winger and a centre back. We need 3 players, and I'm like, no, we don't. Our squad depth would still be poor. Like we get an injury, we're still poor. We are 6 or 7 players away from competing. That's how I feel about it. Anyway, that's my opinion on it, but it is what it is. Listen, 23 people, please smash the like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Get in the description and go and follow Danny, Devin, and details. Some incredible content on there, actually, about players. We love it when Danny's doing more streams.
Okay,
are you doing more?
Hmm?
Are you doing more streams? You doing more streams on your channel in terms of player profiles and
will
things?
be next week. I was going to stream today, but I just my head went in the game.
Get over and stick the notifications on people. It's worth watching.
But next week I'll drop another 2 back to back next week.
Is this the comment you're looking for?
No, Mohammed Hussein. Salute to Mohammed, man, always supporting us. No, he said Danny Ollie played 4-3-3 in his first year. Yeah, and this is the thing, Mohammed. He did, and do you know what he realized? He realized we don't have the profile of players for that formation. He realized even with Matic and Herrera in the same midfield 3, Matic still got bypassed. Because Matic's ability to hold down a midfield by himself is overstated at Chelsea. Overstated. He always had a 2 or a back 3 behind him, or an athletic player who was defensive. People forget we played 4-3-3 under Mourinho with a single pivot when Matic was there, low block, and we all complained that Matic got bypassed in a low block.
That's right.
With Mourinho coaching him and Herrera there. And these are the things that... So I'd
kill for a Herrera now, you know.
Herrera's the one that we should... I would have got rid of Fred and Matic before Herrera.
Agreed.
Every day of the week. Every day of the week, mate. Every day of the week.
Rice back up Ghana. We don't know enough about... This is my thing. We don't know enough about Ghana in terms of Premier League football. Like, it's great to have these kids doing really well in academy football, but they've got to prove it. They have to prove it. Like, everyone was kicking off about Gomez leaving. He didn't show me enough when you play Premier League games for me to suggest
about him the other day, and I ain't seen him do jack nothing. I ain't seen him do since that one little goal he scored when he first moved. Nothing. They do the same thing with Dallo. Oh, why could we let? He's doing so well in Italy. Go check how many games he has started for AC Milan. I'll tell you. Last time I checked, it was 5. Let me see if it's changed. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna check this now. Dallo. This guy who's doing so well at Milan. Not Premier League. My bad.
Sorry.
Serie A. Oh, my bad. He started 8 games now. He's improved. He started 8 games.
They've had a lot of injuries as well, man.
Exactly.
They have had a lot of injuries.
But I don't think he's been one of them. He started 8 games. He's been fit.
Yeah, he has been fit, yeah.
8 games. 8 games. They play him in the Europa League. He's in the Europa League team. He's not in there. Obviously, we knocked them out, obviously.
He's not a terrible player.
But he started 8 games in the Europa League, so that's how they viewed him.
He's not a poor player, Danny. I think it's just that we need that next level. Let's not carry anyone else. Do you know what I mean?
He doesn't compete physically either. In the Premier League, it's the bare minimum. That's why Fred and McTominay have good periods, because they can compete physically. Literally, that's why they have good moments, 3 to 4 months. I say 3 to 4 months, 3 to 4 games where they play well. Is because they can compete physically. Dallo couldn't. So, and I'm not even convinced he's a proper fullback. He's more of a wing back to me anyway.
I haven't seen this article. You would have read it though, I expect. You've not seen the article from The Athletic where the board said they go for short-term plugs because they never trusted a manager long-term. Have you read that one?
I've never seen that from The Athletic. I haven't seen that. Can you let us know who wrote the article, please? Because I have The Athletic. I can actually go and
drop it in the comments.
Myself. I can educate myself. Appreciate that.
Jeremy. Herrera was disrespected by the club. They longed out giving him a new deal. Yep. PSG offered him what he wanted. Yep. Well, it was a silly move to let him go. It was just silly.
But like the contract that he got, though, please. You can say we disrespected him all he wants, but
Jerry, Dallo can come. See, Jerry's the most optimistic Man United fan ever, man. Like, he's been saying, we're going to win 3 cups, and then when we're out of a cup, we're winning a double. And
Abdi's a troll.
I'd love to have this.
Abdi's a
Jerry.
troll. Dallo is levels above. Like, the player that AWB is the best one-on-one defensive fullback in the world, so Dallo can't be a level above him. To be a level above, he'd have to be the opposite. He'd have to be the best attacking fullback in the world to be a level above AWB. It's impossible. And Indiana will tell you, I'm not AWB's biggest fan.
It's true. It's true.
Going forward, I cannot. Honestly, in our group chats, I have to just recuse myself from speaking about him.
It gets that bad, right? It gets that bad that we normally sort of like dip out the group chat and just it becomes voice notes. Have you seen this about this player?
Yeah. We'll dip out the main United show group chat and I'll say, yo, Indiana, did you just see that?
Yeah.
Did you just see that at minute 27 or 33 seconds?
Idiot,
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, or it's usually Fred, one of those.
Listen, we were 3 minutes in. We were about 3 minutes in. When Fred got sent off for the Champions League, we were 3 minutes into that game when we were talking. Fred's having a dilly-dally game. 3 minutes in, he's going to have a bad game. Something's going to go wrong. His head wasn't in the right place. Rich said, realistically, how many first-team players will we sign? 1.
2 at best.
1, 2 at best. Well, I don't think that's going to happen, but
depends on the value. If we go for like a Milinkovic instead of a Varane, then it means we can spend money elsewhere. That's decent.
Who and where and who moves and how many players we can move out. That's got to be a factor. Garner reminds me of Michael Carrick. 2 more years of loan at lower half.
Didn't he get game time for us in Ollie's interim period?
Yes, a little bit, I think. Yeah.
You know what it is with players like him? They just need to learn how to assert themselves at this level. And
he's young. He's young. Yeah.
Puppy.
Experience.
Puppy.
We've dealt with that one.
Yeah, Abdi's a troll.
Right back. Dallo. I'm surprised United fans are admirers of Rice when Ndidi would fit better into the DM and 2 8s. So Danny, you done a stream on this. So what's the difference between what Rice and Ndidi would offer this United side?
Ndidi is how would I put it? He's a bit more limited than Declan Rice. So if you watch who did West Ham play? Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
With about 15 minutes to go, that run that Declan Rice does, he has that in his locker. Declan Rice is somebody who can carry the ball over 15 yards, hold people off, and make good passes if he's encouraged to. Ndidi is literally a proper defensive midfielder. I'm going to destroy people, chase people, and just give it to the better, more talented football player.
Yeah.
I'm not going to carry the ball over long distances. I'm not going to be expansive in my passing. He's just more restrictive in that way. So he is a true defensive midfielder. Whereas Declan Rice, when he first broke into West Ham, he was a defensive midfielder, but his game's evolved slightly. Yeah. I wouldn't quite call him box to box, and I hate that term anyway.
He's got it in his locker though, hasn't he? The guy
has more in. Basically, do you know what it is? Actually, I'll put it to you like this. So you see Fernandinho, the way that he can break forward when he needs to. Because we don't consider him a box-to-box player, do we?
No.
But he can break forward. Declan Rice has that same, not to that standard, but he has that in his locker. Whereas Ndidi is restricted. Like, you don't want him going into the final third at all.
No,
you just don't want that. You just want to
You're right. He's one of the players that I like to watch because he does the intelligent things. Wins the ball back, gives it to somebody in a better position than him. That's literally what he does.
What they used to call an anchor man.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what we used to call him back in the 90s and early 2000s, an anchor man. Whereas Declan Rice is a central midfielder.
Donny,
he writes a lot, Laurie. He's getting a big name off United. I don't remember us being too keen on Laurie Whitwell last summer. I can't remember what the story was. But United fans just tend to like journalists if they agree with the stories or not. Just during the Jadon Sancho narrative, I remember that Laurie guy getting some heat from our fan base.
Regarding AWB, what's more easier? Coaching, defending, or attacking? Don't understand.
Honestly, it depends on the player's ability to retain information. So he's saying it's easier to coach someone to defend than it is to coach somebody to attack. But for me, it depends on that player's ability to retain information.
At work, no sound.
At work, no sound. If someone could type the answer. Yeah. Defender.
Rachel loves AWB as well. She's an admirer.
Big fan. Big fan. But yeah, no, defensively, there's way more to the game. Like AWB, his ability to defend is just natural. And another issue, Abdi, stop being a troll, please.
Right.
I can't deal with people. Like, explain to you. Why am I going to explain to you why a player can't cross and stay on his feet? Why would I explain that to you? What's there to explain? Explain to me why Dallo is a level above. So AWB is an excellent one-on-one defender. Literally elite at that one thing. Give me evidence that Dallo is elite at anything. A stat, performances, general consensus from I don't know. To be a level above, he has to be elite at something to trump what AWB is elite at. Does that make sense to you, Indiana? I'm just saying. Like,
yeah. AWB is a former winger. What does a traditional winger do? they tell me.
Do you know what it is? At youth level, you can get away with being a winger if you're athletic. And I've said this. I already know what happened to the United Scouts. Again, if you don't know the narrative, we went for AWB because we wanted to get a player. We wanted to bypass a player that would go to Everton or Wolves first before coming to United. That's why they went hard on AWB. And where they got finessed about his attacking potential was his agility and the speed of his feet. That's it. What was that assist that he did in one particular game where he just did this crazy... The way he manipulated the ball and went past somebody was just...
for the Martial header?
Yeah.
Is that the one you mean?
Yeah.
I can't remember what game that was.
His agility...
Someone will know in the comments.
Scary. He's a spider, but up here he hasn't got it. And technically he's poor. So they got finesse. They got it wrong, but guess what? That happens. You get it wrong with fullbacks. You know what you do? You go buy another one.
Landsy, that's a point that he's not only moved into defensive midfield, he's killed it. He's adapted and killed it and killed the role. That's an intelligent footballer. That's somebody who can adapt to those positions. Not everyone can do that.
Oh, should we remind people? Let me see if I've still got this information to hand. Do I still have this information to hand? Oh, I do, Indiana. I do still have this information to hand. So, should we remind people just the levels Declan Rice is?
Yes, let's do that. Because this is one of my favourite things right now. I love it.
Just compared to...
Been pestering Donny, like, what about this player? Can you check on this player?
So let's go... what did I call it? I've got the worst memory. I can't remember what I call things. Player comparison. Slide 8, I believe it was. Yo, Abdi, where have you gone? I'm waiting for your response, Abdi.
He'll be here. Abdi's here somewhere. To be fair to him, he's always supporting. He's always one of the first people in the comments.
Abdi, so us paying 50 million on Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Gareth Southgate not picking him doesn't change the fact he's a great one-on-one defender.
I don't think Ollie is doing any defensive coaching. None.
They just don't spend any time. Do you know what? I find that strange, if that's true, but it's not uncommon in football. So Arsene Wenger didn't do any defensive coaching at all. Didn't do any. They didn't spend any time doing defensive coaching at Arsenal Football Club. No,
I remember. I think it was Match of the Day. Did you remember? Was it Martin Keown who said it live on TV?
Martin Keown, Stuart Robson, for the young kids watching, who works on ESPN FC, you see him pop up in the tactics guy. He had to leave AF. He had to leave Arsenal television because he just used to go in on Wenger.
Yeah,
and the coaching, Wenger not letting anybody coach, and he used to criticize the fact Wenger did no defensive coaching. Arsenal players that have retired and like the players that he took over from George Graham, they've written books about it. He didn't do any defending. Just didn't do anything. So let's
No
go
right
with
back
player
is created more
comparison.
than Wan-Bissaka. Cool.
I don't care. He's still crap. It's going forward. I don't care what he's created.
I want to screen share this, right?
Yeah. You got it? So why is it giving you that? All right, hold on.
You hate this screen share thing as well, don't you?
Yeah, can you see it? Or is it still... Yeah, I don't know why it's giving you that. That makes no sense to me. Sorry. You're sharing the wrong thing. Hold on a second, Indiana. God. Right,
I'll just go through some comments. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka has. That's true.
He's added like a basic cross to his like...
Mm.
To his... All right. Can you see that, Indiana?
Yes. We can see that.
Do I need to zoom in?
Yeah, zoom in a bit. Zoom in a bit. Explain what these are. So, yeah, that's cool.
So, you're all probably familiar with what a key pass is, but what Y Scout do is they basically break down different types of key passes because they're not all the same. So, here you have an accurate smart pass, and a smart pass. I actually have an example for what a smart pass is. Bear with me. Actually, I'll go back to it. This is a smart pass. Him playing that ball over the top for Antonio is a smart pass because he's had to improvise, right? It's a half volley pass. I'll show you another example very quickly. Very, very quickly. So Declan Rice is going to play this ball. I believe that's Rafinha. It might be somebody else, but he's going to peel off here, and this ball's literally just going to travel that distance, basically. So that's what smart passes. I have a better example, but I'm not going to go to it right now because I have to go into my folders. But anyway, that's what smart pass is. You know what an accurate pass to the final third is. That's self-explanatory. Accurate pass into the penalty area. You could argue these two things need more context. I'm fine with that. Accurate through passes, that doesn't require any more context. You know what a through ball is. And accurate progressive passes. Progressive passes is just a pass that takes the play forward by 7+ yards. So, styles of football, formations do not matter. They don't matter because over a course of a season, you're going to play X amount of short passes or long passes. Your success rate is about your ability to do that thing. Your teammates, all of these things do not matter. We're talking about success rates. We're not talking about per 90 minutes what someone achieves. Over the course of the season, how accurate are you at doing these passes? Declan Rice just cleans house. Compared to Scott McTominay and Fred, he cleans house. Simple as that.
Next level.
I don't have to get into more details about it. He just cleans house in every metric.
No, it's true. It is true.
Simple as that. He's just a more consistent football player. He's just consistent. Better concentration levels, more composed, and just overall, just a better passer than these two. Just a better passer.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
A better footballer, I would say, all round. Technically, he's incredible. I know it's like more YouTubey things, but the F2 freestyle thing, like just his touch with both feet, like what he can do with a ball. He's a gifted footballer. I think he's very underrated.
Because he doesn't have flair, and he's not sexy, and he's not.
Oh, he's not the most attractive looking man, is he? Let's be honest.
Like the fact that Maguire's good playing out from the back, but people will tell you he's not. That's weird to me. Like you're completely in love with aesthetics.
This is true. Yeah.
If you cannot tell that Harry Maguire, how does this fridge constantly take the ball on a half turn and avoid strikers if he's crap from playing out the back? If you're a Man United fan and you watch Man United games, you've seen Harry Maguire, every game gets pressured and on the half turn, shake strikers.
Yeah.
And he's a slow fridge. How does a slow fridge do that if he's got no footballing ability? I bet Abdi can tell me.
Next season, I can guarantee we won't concede set-piece goals. The reason why is because of the lack of tactical preparation. We never had this issue last season.
That's not true.
Back post. The same applies to others.
I've got to disagree with you. So last season, we were doing a mixture of zonal and man marking. I know why we switched. It's because what we do, we'd have McTominay and Aaron Wan-Bissaka man marking players, and their job was to stop people from getting into Harry Maguire's zone. Does everybody remember the goal that Otamendi scored for Manchester City when we beat them 2-1.
Mhm.
And Aaron Wan-Bissaka gets pushed into Maguire.
Yeah.
That's literally a classic example of Aaron Wan-Bissaka not doing his job and clearing the zone. And then later on in
Concentration
that
levels, isn't it?
season, people want.
Danny? He's froze out. He might come back. If you can hear me, Danny, you're frozen, man. What else we got here? We're going to wrap up in a second. Anyway, started watching you lot on the terrace. I'm watching this instead of other show on now. Sorry, Terry, playback. We're wrapping up. So make sure you jump onto the terrace. Make sure you do that. Declan Rice is very underrated on the ball.
Sorry
I watched
about
that F2 thing, bro, and the touches. Yeah, no, it was good. In fact, Prime, who's a huge Declan Rice fan, I genuinely.
What's the F2 thing?
F2 was like it's skills and street footballers.
Okay.
But it did show the level. They're both on that. They go around. They get footballers, not interview them as such, but they do skills with them. Like, so they try and replicate goals and things like that, but and touches. But they said technically Declan Rice is the best player they've had on, and they've had a lot of footballers on. It's very popular.
I've seen Declan Rice do little subtle things. He just doesn't have any flair. So there's people that think like basically he's better technically than Fred, and people will debate you on that.
Right. Do you agree, Ollie, when he looks for a player, he buys someone that will be hated? Bruno.
No, we just have a very, very
He looks at their
large,
Facebook
popular-
profiles and buys the ones with the least friends. Is that what you're saying? I'm confused.
Unfortunately, Bruno is inconvenient for Pogba lovers, and Maguire is a big, boring English centre back.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. Right, last one, then we'll wrap up. So we're going nearly an hour, and I'm getting hungry as well. You've got to pick your son up as well.
I'm hungry as well. Yeah.
Historically, every player has never been elected for awards by the masses, i.e., we won the treble.
Facts.
It's
Gavin
true.
Ginola won it. He won the treble. Paul Scholes barely gets into PFA teams of the year. I think he's been in one or two.
It's madness.
Never been nominated for Player of the Year. Unfortunately, in English football, you need to have impact. You need to be a goal scorer or be like a trickster who dribbles and wins matches to win those awards. Simple as that.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, people, thanks for tuning in. Please smash a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Get in the description and follow Danny, his socials, and subscribe to his channel. But I think the terrace is live now as well. So jump over to the Football Terrace. Go and watch that. Smash a like as soon as you get in. Get your comments in, people. But thanks for tuning in. And we'll probably try and get back again tomorrow. Fraud Watch tonight. We're doing legends. We're doing football legends. The frauds in the game. Prime. I know Prime's going to go for Alex Ferguson, but I'll go out and do it.